ideal relationship and get your specific person right now. The thing is visualizing your ideal relationship from a place of wholeness is about imagining the love you desire while embracing your own completeness and authenticity. So the thing about that is I have 7 ways that you can deepen this, that you can actually achieve this. And so one of the things I know is I'm a student of Neville Goddard, as many of you are. And so I know that he is big on imagination and visualizing. And so that's something that I have, attracted and achieved in my life. I began just really visualizing, and it's been an amazing journey the deeper that I've gotten on it. And so the first thing to help us to deepen this is to start with self-love. I talk about this all the time in my videos because it is so important. Wholeness begins within. So there is no person that will complete you if you're not already complete. So if you don't recognize that you're already complete, worthy, and deserving of love, that is the first step. Because when you visualize your ideal relationship, you don't see it as something that fills a void or completes you, but as a beautiful addition to something that already is fulfilling for you, the life. And so when you start really diving into, self-love, you'll start to realize that a lot of times we don't even love ourselves, but we're out here trying to find somebody else to love us. Does that even make sense? To me, it didn't. It didn't. So when I started on this journey, that was the first step, is deciding to love me. And y'all, that is a journey. That has not been, something that, came with ease. It was a journey. It was a journey to get here, to really begin to love on me and learn what that looked like for me. Because loving on me is different from loving on somebody else. And it's different on how we receive love for ourselves. And so number 2 is to get clear on your values. Get clear on your values. Wholeness means being deeply connected to your core values and non-negotiables. And so for one thing, you have to create and set up non-negotiables for yourself. And so what does that look like? Non-negotiables are things that you will not be without in your relationship. Like for me, a non-negotiable is cheating. So if you are wanting to cheat, then that is not the relationship for me, because I am not, that is a non-negotiable for me. A non-negotiable for me is somebody that doesn't bring me love, that doesn't love me, that doesn't show me love. That is a non-negotiable. I'm not dealing with that at all. And so you want to visualize a partner who aligns with your vision for life. But let me tell you, in order for you to visualize a partner who aligns with your vision for life, you have to know what your vision is. You have to know that, because when you visualize this partner that aligns with your vision for life and also respects your boundaries, you have to know what they are. And so that is also another thing that you want to get clear on. Ask yourself, what kind of partnership uplifts and enhances my soul? What kind of partner that I'm going to love? Because here's the thing, y'all. You can decide whether or not you are going to be in a relationship where you have a partner that is, I call it a partner that's set up to love you, or one that's set up to not love you. So ask yourself, because really it's within you what it is that you want. Because some people are going to put up with and tolerate a lot of things. Hello. Some people are not going to tolerate anything. You know what I mean? But that's up to you to establish those boundaries and those non-negotiables. Get clear on your values. Number 3 is embody the energy you want. How you doing, Julie? I hope your day is magical. It's Saturday. It's Friday for me. And the sun is out in the Pacific Northwest. And so I decided to come outside and do my live because I miss the sun. I need that vitamin D. It's been really dark and rainy lately here. And so anytime I see the sun, if I can just get outside, that's what I do. So I'm outside doing this live, even though it's still a little chilly. You see I got my little shirt jacket on. But yeah. And so definitely when you begin to embody that energy that you want, that means what you're going to do is you're going to imagine how it feels to be loved deeply and authentically. I'm telling you, when you begin to do that, take some time and just sit and imagine how it feels to be loved deeply and authentically. Tap into that feeling. You can do it right now. If you want a partner who communicates openly, be someone who values and practices honest communication. Reflect the energy you wish to attract. That really is what it is. It's like when you want, if this is what you want, then you be that way. You know, if that's what you want, you be that way. The fourth thing is focus on mutual growth. Visualize a relationship where you and your partner are two whole individuals supporting each other's growth. See yourselves as collaborators, working together to create a, that was a fly, y'all, and it is probably about 35 degrees. Tap into the feeling. Visualize a relationship where you and your partner are two whole individuals supporting each other's growth. See yourself as collaborators, because a lot of times, y'all, and I'm telling you, in my first marriage, I think that my husband thought that we were competitors because everything seemed to be a competition with him. But that really wasn't what it was, because I was a person that, I brought my money home to my family, to our relationship. I worked a lot, but he wasn't of the same mindset. Everything seemed to be a competition. And so, but you want to see yourself as collaborators. God, that is so horrible. I've seen it from TikTok and other places. It's so awful. I've been praying for that. Those people, the community, the land, and all of that. And I hope that all of us will also pray for those fires, because that is just terrible what's happening to people. But you want to create a joyful and purposeful life while respecting each other's individuality. So what it is instead of thinking about the person as somebody to complete you, oh no, no snow yet here. They were talking about it yesterday, but we didn't see it, so we're not going to call for it. We're gonna let it keep going. Let somebody else have it, because I don't have to do snow. I can watch it on TV. It's fine for me. But one thing about that is, when you are focusing on mutual growth, you both can grow together. You can grow together. You can support each other in the growth. And that's the one thing that my current husband, y'all, is so amazing about. He loves me so much, and he supports all the things that I do, even some of the things that, I feel might be crazy, but he supports all of it. And I'm so appreciative, because that is what I was looking for. That honestly was one of my non-negotiables. I needed somebody that was going to love me, and so the next thing is you can use affirmations to anchor your wholeness. So affirmations can solidify your sense of completeness. Try statements like this: I am whole and attract love that honors my wholeness. My ideal relationship is built on mutual respect, love, and joy. I deserve a partner who values me as I am. And so these things actually, I don't know about y'all, but it actually makes me feel so good when I say them. And when I start to feel them, even, because when I say them, I get into this space where I begin to feel them, because, Neville Goddard always teaches that the feeling is the secret. And so, y'all, I'm going to tell you, I started watching Neville Goddard and listening to Neville Goddard a few years back, 4 or 5, maybe 6, 7 years ago. But I started listening, but I'm telling you, I really didn't get that. I was listening and I was, doing the things and saying the things. And thank you. I appreciate that. Saying the things and doing the things, but I didn't feel it, and one day, about maybe 6 months, maybe close to a year ago, I started to feel it. Of course I was in the middle of some stuff, like I don't know if any of you have been on when I shared, but I had dealt with long COVID for the last 2+ years, and it affected me in ways that, oh my God, I never ever dreamed. It affected my memory so bad that I'm still recovering from it. And it's not like I can't even study like I used to and retain the stuff like I used to. However, I'm doing a lot of work and it's getting better, and I'm super freaking excited about it. But these are things that I did in this process because I didn't have anybody to guide me. And so I'm here being a guide to other people because, for me, I was married for 20 years to a person that did not value me. And getting out of that, I didn't want the same, and I knew enough to know, even back then, that was 2000 and I think 9, we split up, we divorced. And even back then, I knew enough to know that I didn't want that same thing. I knew enough to know that, even though I didn't even know that much about the law of attraction back then, because I was deep, deep, deep in religion. But when I started recognizing and realizing and seeing that, I knew that I did not want to attract that same thing. I knew I couldn't attract that, because I was like, I don't want that. I want to be happy. I was not happy for years. I could probably say about a decade, when I think about it, of my marriage of 2 decades, I was not happy. There were times, of course, sprinkled in there. We had a couple of kids that, are amazing, and I'm grateful for that. However, with me, I wasn't happy. I don't think he was either. But anyway, so I had to move through that. And these actually are the tips and the tools that I use, even though I didn't even know about the law of attraction. I hadn't studied Neville Goddard or any of that kind of stuff. But I do know, and I realize now, and I tell people all the time, and I give people grace because I had to give it to myself. Because I had been studying this stuff, but I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. It's just like when I went to church all the time. I would go to church and I would pray and I would shout and I would scream and I would speak in tongues and all the things, and nothing ever changed. Like there were not changes in my life that I could see. Always a lawnmower that I could see. And so I just, but when I started really getting into and realizing that you really got to feel this thing, you got to feel it. And the more you do it, the more you will feel it. And so the next thing is you got to release the when and the how. Trust that the universe is aligning you with the right person. That is huge. That is huge. Because there were times as I was going through that, I would meet different men and go out, and I dated a few, but I did take some time out to just date me and to learn what I wanted and to love on me and to really just be who I was without being with anybody else, and that time was crucial for me. Now, if you don't think you need it, you may not need it. But I know I needed it because 20 years, actually it was probably more like 23 because, we were together before we were married. And so, I had been with him since I was 17. So all those years, I didn't know who I was. I had to figure that out, and that was a part of getting clear on my values and self-love, loving myself, just taking time to love on me without having to worry about loving on anybody else. So release the when and the how. Trust that the universe is aligning you with the right person. Wholeness includes faith that the timing and the path will unfold perfectly. So focus on being your best self while staying open to love. And so that I cannot stress enough is trust the universe. Trust divine timing. Trust that God is setting the right person in front of you. Trust that. Begin to really trust it and really feel it. Because when you start to really feel it, I'm telling you, that's when things start moving for you. You might feel it for a little while now. And I'm not talking about time, because time is a lot of things. People talk about time is an illusion. Time is not real. Time, whatever you feel about time, this is what we're saying. We're saying, don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Just know that that person is going to show up in your awareness. So the other thing is the last thing is you want to visualize with details and emotions. So just like I just talked about, you want to focus on the feelings. So you want to visualize that. You want to focus on the feelings. Focus on how they make you feel. Whoever that person is, focus on how they make you feel. You may not see them, because even as a seer, I did not see my husband visually, but when I met him, I knew that he was him. I knew that when we went on our first date, and I knew. And I think a couple of days later, I told him, I said, I believe that you are supposed to be in my life. I said, and I think I told him, I said, I believe that you're supposed to be my husband, which That was something, and that was difficult to do, but I did it, but I had already imagined him. I already knew who he was. And I'm not talking about superficial things like how he looked, even though, he fine, and, that's what I'm always going to have. But those are always my intentions. But, I didn't imagine that. It was nothing about looks. It was about how he treated me and the love that he gave me and the support that he is and the kindness that he is and how he treated my children, because we don't have children together. He treated my children kindly. And same thing with me. He has children. I treated them kindly as long as they were kind. But you want to imagine the kind of partner that you want. Imagine that person. I mean, really imagine. How do they make you feel? Are they taking you out to dinner? Are they, loving on you in the way that you want to be loved? Think about the feelings of the relationship. Picture laughter and shared adventures, support during challenges. A lot of people go through stuff, especially as we get older, physical challenges, and, we get sick sometimes and we have illnesses and stuff, and we want partners that are going to be there for us. Like I have a friend going through a challenge now, and her husband is amazing, and he is so supportive, and he's there for her. And that is what you want. Think about the quiet moments of connection, the time when you don't have talking. Like me and my husband, we can sit in a room and just not even talk. However, we have this connection, this telepathic connection that I can just talk to him in my mind and he can receive. And so we practice that actually because, we know that when we go places and stuff, if we ever get separated, we want to be able to communicate, That's a whole nother live. But let the emotions, the things that you feel, in your heart, raise your vibrations. You want to definitely drop into your heart when you're doing this process. So by visualizing from a place of wholeness, you shift your focus from lack, what you don't have, to abundance, what you're ready to receive. Law of attraction, y'all. Now, I know people talk about that so much, and I try not to focus on that. I just want to share with you that is a part of that. So when you do that, it's going to magnetize the kind of love that complements you, the kind of love that's going to show up in your life, and it's going to be a compliment. It's not going to be something that's hard. It's not going to be something you have to deal with. It's going to be something that supports you, something that comes into your life, to give you what it is that you were looking for. So thank you so much for joining me, y'all. I appreciate y'all staying on here and hanging with me. I hope that your day is magical. And yes, we will all be praying for the LA fires because, my God, that is so awful. And y'all know what? I actually was considering moving to that area at one point in my life. But, Spirit was like, no, that's not for you. So I'm okay with it. But I hope your day is magical, and I hope that you are definitely, taking this advice if you are trying to find your specific person, your person that is for you, the person that will love you, all of that stuff. So take this message to heart. Begin to visualize that person that you love. Begin to see that person. Begin to see y'all, going on trips or, moving into a house together or, whatever things that you are looking for. For me, I'll just visualize that person loving me and supporting me and understanding me because I have been misunderstood for almost the entirety of my life. So I visualized that. That was a part of what I envisioned. But you get your own vision for your own person. Make those decisions, set those intentions. Take time to journal and write it down and see what it is that you desire. That's what you do. So this is Tammy. And I hope that y'all will go in my description and check out the links for Amazon. I am an affiliate, so I would love it if you would check those links out and see if anything down there is good. There are things that I use. Also, my stand store is in the link as in the description as well. That is my website. Go on there and see what kind of things. Go on there and see what kind of things are in that. I have plenty of free resources. I actually am about to put some meditations in there. I have meditation that I've created for the root chakra and for the heart chakra. So if you're interested in those, and they're short meditations, I think both of them are like 10 minutes or less, which is what I try to do because I know how busy people can be and I know how hard it is to connect. So I have those meditations in that I'll be dropping in there, but I also have so many free resources and even some paid ones. I have a manifest love workbook and meditation combo in there, and so make sure you check that out. I'll also drop the link in the comments as well so that you can grab it easier. But that is fire, y'all, and I'm so excited about it. And for me, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I hate stuff when I buy these things from people. I hate stuff that's 25,000 pages long because it's just too much. Like I don't have time to focus on it, and I don't have the brain capacity at this time to focus on it because I'm like in school too. Like I'm working on my master's, which has been a challenge after all of this long COVID stuff in my brain. But I know that it's improving because I can feel it and I can actually retain stuff more than I could. I mean, y'all, it was terrible. Like I couldn't remember if you told me something right now and I walked away, I could not remember it. That's how bad that thing was. So I've been really working on that, and YouTube has actually been helping me as well as TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, follow me there at Intuitive Tammy because that's where I do messages and healings and readings and all of that kind of stuff. So definitely follow me there. And if you are looking for a group, because I have a Facebook group called Aligning Energetically to Love, make sure you check that out. I'll drop the link in the comments as well. But that is my free group that, I have stuff, like I told my group, I said I have free stuff and I have paid stuff, because, this is my business. I can't do everything for free. However, I love to help. And so I have a lot of free stuff. Lots of stuff right here on this channel that'll help you. There's also a playlist, Aligning to Love, so definitely check in. I hope that y'all are magical. I hope that everything is good in your life. Make sure that you are definitely watching some videos for me. Help me monetize on this platform because that is my journey. So I need watch hours. I need people to watch. So definitely watch and make sure that you're sharing it out to people as well. Put it on in the background for me. Whatever you need to do, help me get there because it is something that I've been desiring, is to be able to teach and help people. But I still got bills too, y'all. I still got bills. I still would like to have money. So anyhow, have a wonderful day. I love y'all and I hope everything is good. And I hope this was something that you can use. So definitely use these actionable tips if you are in the frequency of looking for your specific person. All right, so have a great day. This is Tammy signing off with the $1 Billion Voice. Bye now.